Alright, so with Vile Rebirth, my problem with Vile Rebirth is by the time you can finally cast it, a 2/2 is just not relevant.
Exactly. What about Beacon Apparition? How good was that?
I've never really played it.
No, it seemed unplayable. I think this is too. I did have some. In theory, I sideboarded this in 13, but I don't think I ever really got a good use out of it. But there were some cards in M13 that you really did want to remove from the graveyard.
Yeah, like if your opponent had some Archaeomancer stuff going on, then
Yes.
maybe you needed the Vile Rebirth, but
Yeah.
yeah, then it's just a very conditional remove card from graveyard, so...
So 10th to 12th was I rated it down, and I think I'll stand by that.
That sounds fair to me. So, Academy Raider. This is a looter, but it's a conditional looter that you can't loot immediately with. You have to attack with
and
it.
He is not looting, he's rummaging, right?
Yeah.
You have to discard a card first.
Yeah, so... I don't really know what to say about this guy other than I'm probably not playing him.
I'm not excited.
Yeah, he's just not very good. So, looking at the vanilla test, a 3-mana 1/1 is just bleh.
But the Rummaging Goblin turned out to be really good. It turned out to be a card you always played in red in M13.
But Rummaging Goblin didn't have to do combat damage, right?
No.
Rummaging Goblin, you could just tap him and you could rummage.
Yeah. And you could like abuse the effect with the Phoenix and other fringe cases. So, but this guy will some of the time not be able to attack, and then
you've just played a 3-mana 1/1.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this guy is he's not even 23rd card material to me. He's not even sideboard material to me.
But if you're playing control versus control and you have this guy, you are going to win, right?
Theoretically,
in a long drawn out control game, this is your win. This will make you win.
Yeah, maybe. Assuming they can't remove him or block him, because he has Intimidate, but he's not unblockable. He can still be blocked by artifacts or red creatures, or they can just do a shrivel and get rid of him.
Yes.
So it's
just really weak, isn't it?
He's such a fragile body, and he doesn't do anything the turn he comes down, and I don't think I'm playing this guy.
It's not like the effect can be abused in any way either, right?
No,
not like you can. Of course, Intimidate if you put. Wait a minute. If you put Fire Shrieker on him, you get to do it twice, right?
Sure.
11th to 13th pick?
Yeah.
So, another Intimidate creature.
Yeah, so this guy is kind of weird. What do you think? He's a 6-mana 3/4, which is very not vanilla. He does have Intimidate.
And he has no upside, right? Except for the Intimidate.
No, he has no upside except for the Intimidate. And he actually has a downside. He can't block creatures with 2 power or less. So he's not even a good wall.
The Blade Tusk Boar, of course, is quite a high pick. In Zendikar and in M13. And now you're getting 1 more power for 2 more mana.
Yeah. With the downside that it can't block tiny creatures.
I want my 6 mana cards to do more than this guy does. But
yeah,
this will break creature stalls, and maybe it's only good at parity.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's only okay at parity, even then though. And even that, how good is he at parity though? His 3 mana. That's not very high pressure, right?
No, any artifact creature stops him pretty much.
Yeah, any artifact creature or red creature stops him. That being said, he could be a 23rd card. I think.
I think so too, and Is he better than a bear or not? You'd rather have a bear, wouldn't you?
I think I would rather have a bear in a...
So 7th or 9th, perhaps?
Yeah. See, I think I would rather have a bear, especially for 6 mana.
Yeah.
You know, and once again, red decks are typically trying to be pretty aggressive, and this guy's just not very aggressive.
And in a defensive deck, you don't want him either,
No.
because he can't. It doesn't work very well on the defense.
Nope.
Here's an old card.
Diabolic Tutor. I remember this card.
The fixed demonic tutor.
Yeah, Demonic Tutor was 1 and a black as an instant. This guy is 2 and 2 black as a sorcery, so...
So you add 4 mana to the best card in your deck. And that's often a deal you will take. But some of the time it will be too slow.
Yeah, that's the only real problem I see with it, is that sometimes it's too slow, but sometimes you need that one card in your deck to break parity, and Diabolic Tutor will help you get there.
Looking at my 9th edition document here, and it was a 3rd to 5th pick in 9th edition.
I think that's probably pretty fair.
Yeah.
'Cause it can search out the Doomblade that you need, it can search out your Nightmare or your Corrupt. So... I think he's going to be really good in the mono black decks.
Yeah, and it's definitely an improvement over Diabolic Revelation, which did some stuff in M13.
Yeah, and the thing with Diabolic Tutor, it's coming down early enough that it is still going to matter. Even if you spent your turn 4 tutoring for something, it is going to be relevant the next turn. And you're not typically dying before turn 4, I don't think, or turn 5. So
very rarely.
So yeah, I like this guy. 3rd to 5th pick sounds really good to me.
Let's do it. Gnawing Zombie.
I love the flavor of this guy.
Yes. Okay, 1/3s for 2 mana. They are not the best, but not totally unplayable.
No, I've played some Bane Ollie Blackguards from Dragon's Maze. And sometimes a 1/3 for 2 is what you need. But this guy has a very interesting effect, and I love the flavor of it. You know, 1 in a black, sacrifice a creature to have target player lose 1 life and you gain 1 life.
Well, here's your use for the Night Pack.
Yeah.
Very, very slowly you kill him.
So what I really like about this guy is that you can play him, and your opponent almost has to deal with him, because if they don't, then every creature you play, they lose 1 life. Because you can just hit these stalled board states, and if you have 7 creatures out, you just have to get your opponent down to 13, and you'll eventually just win.
Yep.
Or get your opponent down to 7, and you'll just eventually win. Sorry. So
it will create some tense situations where you sort of have to spend the mana over 2 turns to sacrifice enough creatures.
Yeah.
And if anything happens, it doesn't work, and it'll be fun.
Yeah. So what's cool though is that you don't have to do it at sorcery speed. You can do it as, you can sacrifice 3 creatures at the end of their turn, and then during your turn sacrifice 3 more, and then maybe they attack you for 6 or something, and then you sacrifice the last few creatures and you just kill them right there.
Yes.
So I like this guy a fair amount. I don't think he's going to be like a super high pick, but I like him enough to know that he's probably going to make my 23.
Yeah. Is he about the same power level as a bear?
I would say so, yeah. For this effect, maybe a little bit more powerful than a bear.
Even better than a bear. Of course, he's blocking bears all day.
Yeah, that is true too. And
5th to 7th?
That sounds like a fair assumption right there.
And here are 2 weird cards. First, Liturgy of Blood.
Alright, so Liturgy of Blood is a more expensive murder. But it is sort of... It's only going to... it's going to cost you 2, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only going to cost you 2. So if you have multiple things to do with Liturgy of Blood in one turn, so if you have like Liturgy of Blood in your hand and you draw a creature, then you can do this and then play your creature.